Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Nina G, and welcome to another chair yoga video. I'm calling today's practice Flourish. Now, to me, flourish means to thrive within your circumstances. The circumstances today, as I'm filming this, are that it's in the high 90s outside with a heat index above 100. Pretty darn hot. But we still want to move, we want to stretch, and we want to breathe. We want to thrive within those circumstances. So we move carefully today and we take time to rest and recover between sequences. Our mudra today, if you'd like to practice mudra with me, is called Angushta Mudra. We bring our thumbs together, let them meet. The other fingers just softly curl back. We'll let that rest in front of our core when we're seated. Now, this is known as the gesture of the thumb. Makes sense, right? But its core quality is inner listening. So as we practice, we'll take time to pause and listen. Listen to what the body's telling us so that we can flourish even though it's triple-digit heat outside. You'll need a chair, something to connect your feet to the floor, and we can get started. Well, I've arrived at my chair. I'm going to sit back and connect my feet to the floor. I'm using my yoga blocks. You could use a pillow, rolled up blanket, yoga blocks, whatever you've got. We can come to that Angushta Mudra, gesture of the thumb. Let your shoulders come down from your ears, and I would invite you to soften or close your eyes and smooth out that breath. Check in first with your energy level. And then notice how your body feels today. What's going on? You might want to check in with the quantity and quality of thoughts in your mind. Is there a lot of racing around, a lot of chatter, or are things relatively calm? And then come back to your breath. See if you can slow it down and smooth it out. And then we'll release that mudra. We can sparkle those fingers, do whatever you need there. Stack palms at heart center and take a moment to set an intention for this practice. It might be this idea of flourish or anything else that's important to you today. And then we'll release those hands down to the lap. We'll blink open the eyes if they're closed. And I'm going to move to the edge of my chair, connecting my feet directly to the floor, So my feet are down. I can push into my feet to get a little bit taller. And I'm going to release my arms down alongside the body. So we'll take an easy sun breath here. Inhale, circle and sweep the arms up. Might be long arms, could be a cactus. And the exhale will float the arms back down. Now we're going to stay up for 2 breaths this time. We'll inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Stay here for the exhale. Take another breath in, perhaps get taller. Float your arms down. This time we'll do 3 breaths. Perhaps bring your focus to that place where the inhale turns to the exhale. Softening your shoulders on the exhale. I've got 1 more inhale. And then I'm going to float my arms down. Finally, we'll do 4 breaths. Inhale, circle and sweep. Gazes straight ahead. Tune into that space between inhale and exhale. And on your fourth exhale, float the arms down. Let them rest in your lap. Take a moment to notice how that feels in the body. Here's that inner listening. So now with hands on our lap, we're set up for our little cow and cat move. We'll inhale, arch the back. And as we exhale, we'll engage the core, round the spine, drop the chin. Moving slowly, no need to rush. And let's take 2 more breaths like that. And then sit up tall. Nice tall spine, crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. Maybe take your feet just slightly wider than what they normally are. And let's take the arms forward and up. So we'll call this volcano pose. Nice tall spine, crown of the head reaching for the ceiling, wherever your arms are. Could be here, here, all the way up, wherever they are. We've got these long, strong arms. This is a volcano. Imagine lava coming out up. Then we're going to hinge forward. Doesn't have to be far. We're going to reach the arms forward, down, and back. Palms down, thumbs out. We're calling this airplane. Push into the feet. Reach the arms forward and up, volcano. See if you can lift ribs out of hips and then reach forward, down, and back. Airplane, hinging forward. Push into your feet, come on back up. Reach forward, down and back. And then we'll take those arms forward and up, volcano. Bring palms together, down to heart center. Release those hands to the lap. Pause and notice sensations in the body. So we'll come back to our seated mountain. My feet are usually about 1 fist distance apart here. It's comfortable and I feel secure. And we're going to move into a side body stretch. We'll start with our right hand, and we're going to stick with our right hand. So we'll reach up, whether it's a long arm or hand at your shoulder, and then we'll come back down on the exhale. And now we'll stay for 2 breaths. Inhale, soften, reach, and return. Let's try 3 breaths. Again, bringing that focus to the space between the inhale and the exhale. And finally, 4 breaths. Float the arm down on that 4th exhale. Let it rest in your lap. There's a wonderful time to do that inner listening. Noticing sensations in the right side of the body, the rib cage, perhaps the arm. Okay, now we're going to do the left side. Left side. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4 breaths. And we're paying attention to that breath. We want to exhale completely. We want to inhale completely. There's that little pause as we switch from inhale to exhale. Pay attention to that. So here we go, left hand. If we don't want to do a long arm, we reach up with elbow, tip over. The exhale brings us back. Now we stay for 2 breaths. And float back down. 3. Release. You might be going faster or slower than I am. That's fine. 4 breaths. Last one for me. Float the arm all the way back down to your lap. Excellent time to do some inner listening now. Okay, and then we'll start to take a few circles with our shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Easy circles, don't have to be fast, don't have to be big. And then pause. Check in there with sensations in upper back, head, neck, and shoulders. And we're going to do one more seated practice here. So we'll take our right arm forward and up. Could be all the way up, could be the shoulder, wherever you want to go. The exhale is going to bring it back down, float it back down. And then we'll switch to the other side. And float back down. Now, if you'd like, as the right arm goes up, you can turn head left. Float arm down, head comes to neutral. Inhale, left arm up, head turns right. Continue that way. We'll take 2 more breaths. And then pause in the center. You can take another circle with those shoulders. But here's another opportunity to tap into that inner listening. You could even come back to the mudra if you like. Checking in with how this movement feels in the body, in the circumstances that we're in today. And then we'll release. And we're going to make our way to standing. I'm going to pull my feet back. Lean forward a little bit, push down to come up. And then once I make it to standing, for me, I'm going to move my chair, but you can just walk to the back of your chair. So you can walk to the back of the chair. You can use that as support. And the first thing we want to do, though, is come to stillness. Here's that inner listening again. So we switched from seated to standing. How does that feel in the body? If you want to come back to the mudra, you can, or not. Either one is fine. But check in with the body as we shifted from seated to standing. If that doesn't serve you, of course, you can sit right back down. And then we'll release those hands. If we are in the mudra, we're going to bring a little bit of movement into the body now. Actually, quite a bit of movement. So from our mountain pose, we're going to come back to those shoulder circles, forward, up, and back and down. These are slow. I'm not tying them to my breath, but I'm breathing. And you might notice that I've added in my knees. So I'm softening my knees as I go down, straightening legs as I lift. And depending on how things feel, we can make this bigger. We can lead with the elbows if we like. Or we could even let those arms get straighter as they go back. Now, this is all based on how your shoulders feel today, of course. But I'm making some big circles right now, bigger than I started with. And my knees are bending and flexing, straightening. Yeah. Let's take 2 more breaths wherever we are, and then start to make it a little bit smaller again. So we don't just want to pop into stillness, but let's slow it down and then come to stillness. Okay. Now this next move is called rebounding, and it helps to hydrate the fascia. And so my feet are in mountain pose, and I'm just going to bounce a little bit of bouncing. And you see, as I bounce my knees, my heels are staying on the floor, and my arms start to shake too. So parts of the body start to move because I'm doing a little bounce. Now, I can add on to this, like right now, I'm moving my wrists. It's an interesting feeling, right? You don't have to be extreme. Just see what it feels like, a little bounce. Now, if you're feeling super strong today and you want to lift your heels and bounce down once in a while, of course, you can do that too. This is rebounding. Good to hydrate fascia. So I'm having fun, but I'm going to keep my heels down and I might lift my arms instead. Now, what's going on with energy level when you start moving like this, right? Float them back down, take them wide, whatever you want to do here. You're in charge. You could drop your chin for a little bit, lift it up, maybe top or go side to side. Yeah. Now let's bounce a little bit more. Just noticing the effect on your body, on your energy level. You know, if you were doing this at home, you could turn on some music and just dance. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so same thing. We're going to start to slow it down gradually. Slow down, slow down, slow down. And then come back to stillness. To me, there's just so much to notice here. My hands are tingling. I feel sensations, feet, ankles, hips. There's lots to notice. And listen to your body. Is it okay to continue here? If yes, we're going to take our feet a little bit wider. We're moving to what I call empty coat sleeves. We're going to take a little twist with the body, with the upper body. And for me, I like to pick up that back heel as I twist. Makes my knees happier. Pick up your back heel and twist. Now, I'm not slapping my body with my arms. They're just tapping. Notice what's going on with your head and neck. So you can keep your head moving, and with your eyes open, you can look all around the room. Or you could keep your head straight ahead as you continue that lower body twist. It's a very different feeling. If you can, give both a try. See which one you prefer. And do that. Now, if you like, you can take that top hand and tap your collarbone. Just a tap. We're not slapping anything. I don't want to hit my microphone though. And one more time, we're going to slow things down. So if you've been tapping your opposite shoulder, start to lower the arms. The twist gets a little smaller. The heels might anchor themselves to the floor. And we come back to stillness. Check in with all of those sensations in the body. Okay. Now, we're going to do a little volcano and airplane just as we did seated. And you can go back into your chair to repeat this, or you can try it standing. We can always hold on to the chair with one hand. But from our mountain pose, tall spine, crown of the head reaches for the ceiling. Remember, that lava is going to explode from your head. Arms go up. Here's volcano. And now we're going to hinge forward, soft knees, arms float back, airplane. Now, my knees are soft, but I'm not sitting in a chair. It's just a hinge forward from the hips. Push down into the feet, reach the arms up. Here's your volcano, whatever up means for your arms. Hinge forward, arms reach back, airplane. Let's do two more like that. Tall spine, very strong. Hinge forward, nice long spine from tailbone to crown. And now we reach arms up, bring palms together, and back down to heart. And release your hands. Okay, from behind our chair, now we're going to move to warrior one. So let's take our right foot forward and our left foot back. Let's find our warrior one stance. So, excuse me, my hips are looking at the back of the chair. I feel pretty comfortable here. My feet are as if on skis rather than a balance beam. I can bring a hand, one or both hands to the chair. I'm going to come a little closer. Okay, so if you like, you can keep that right hand on the chair. My right foot's forward, my right hand would be on the chair. My left arm will move as we bend and straighten the front knee. And we're going to come back to that 1, 2, 3, and 4 breath. So as we inhale, let's keep our gaze straight ahead, bend front knee, reach up with left arm, and the exhale floats it back down. And now we stay for 2 breaths. Inhale, stay for the exhale. Take another breath in, float it back down. 3 breaths. I just turned so that you could see me a little better. You don't have to do that. Float down on that 3rd exhale. And now we'll do 4 breaths. Float the arm down. Now, staying in this pose, let's come forward into warrior 1 again. Don't worry about counting breaths. If I'm facing the chair, I'm here. Option to take that other arm up, only if you want to. You can stay here. We'll just breathe in our warrior 1. And we might, keeping the back heel down, that left heel down, tip to your right. Push down into left heel. Reach through left fingertips. Breathing into the left side of the rib cage. And then come back to center. Float the arm or arms down to the back of the chair. Step that back foot forward. Pause and notice how that feels in the body, because we're going to do the other side. So now we're going to have our left foot forward, and our right foot back. We find our warrior 1. If we need help with balance today, we put our left hand or both hands on the back of the chair. Okay, so the arm that's moving is going to be your right arm. And then, see, I need to get a little closer. That's what I'm learning. That's why we do this. You're like, oh, where do I need to be? Okay, so then we straighten the leg. Gaze is straight ahead. As we inhale, we bend front knee. We take the arm up. Pay attention to that switch between inhale and exhale. And the exhale floats us down. 2 breaths. Now 3. And 4 breaths. Float the arm down when you're finished, and then we'll come into warrior 1 without counting the breaths. You can lift one or both arms if you like, or keep both arms on back of the chair. And then keeping that right heel anchored, we're going to tip to the left. I've got my left hand down on the chair just to help with balance. And then come on back up. We'll float the arm down. We'll step that back foot forward. Now's a really good time to do that inner listening. Okay, and we'll turn and face the back of the chair again with our fingertips on the back of the chair for some fingertip control. Feet are on the mat. We're in our mountain pose. Can we come up onto the toes, lifting heels? Yeah, a little balance pose here. And then lower heels. Let's try that again, lifting the body up onto all 10 toes and then lowering the heels back down. Let those heels land. Yes. Let's try one more. And lower. And then once you get there, shake those things out. Take those legs out. Maybe wiggle those hips a little bit. And we're going to come back to our seat now. So I'll turn my chair around. You walk around to sit in your chair, but sit towards the edge of the chair. We're not going to use those blocks yet. Sit towards the edge of the chair. One more time. Let's come to stillness. Check in. We did some standing sequences. How do we feel now? Now imagining we're in a pool of water that is exactly the right temperature for our bones and joints. Let's start to turn the hands at the wrists. Fingers can be long. If you like, you could make a soft fist as well, tucking that thumb in, just moving things slowly and smoothly. Remember, we want to flourish in our circumstances. So we're bringing some nice, easy motion into these joints. You could bend and extend the arms at the elbow. Take them wide. And then let those hands rest in your lap. Let's lift up our right foot and turn it one way and then the other. Smooth, easy movement. Point and flex. And put that foot down and we'll switch to left. And go the other way. And point and flex. And now put your foot back down. Let's slide back in our chair. Connect your feet back to the floor. So I'm going to grab my blocks again. And we'll just take a moment to integrate all of that. So let's turn our palms up in our lap. The invitation again is to soften or close your eyes. Tune in to how the body feels. Let's notice the energy level first. Perhaps a little boosted. And then notice the physical body. How does it feel after that stretching and moving? And then take a moment to notice the chatter in the mind. Have we been able to calm that at all? I hope so. Now we'll stack those palms at heart center. Recall that intention, the one you set at the beginning of this sequence. And then release your hands, blink open your eyes if they're still closed. And we're going to slide to the edge of our chair, putting our feet directly on the floor, connecting directly. Yeah, release your arms down. We'll take those sun breaths one more time. Inhale, circle and sweep the arms up, gaze is straight ahead, and we'll exhale, float the arms back down. And now let's stay for 2 breaths. Inhale. Maybe soften shoulders a bit. Float down on that second exhale. 3 breaths. And now this time, we'll circle and sweep those arms up. We'll bring the palms together and let those thumbs come down to rest on the sternum. Tuck your chin and thank yourself. Thank yourself for taking time to flourish within your circumstances. And I thank you very much for allowing me to guide you. Stay well, my friends. I hope you flourish. I'll see you again soon.